Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today I'm going to show you the paper collection that we're going to use, or that I'm going to use. You can use whichever paper collection you want. You can just use printable paper if you want. You can just use the background design that comes on the template and make a mock-up type album if you want while we are creating this album, so that you learn how to do the different things that are included in this set of templates. So this is my most recent release, my most recent launch. Just happened last week, a few days ago actually, and it is the Simply Magical printable mini album templates, and there comes in 3 different listings, or you can get it as a bundle. There's the portrait, there's the landscape, and then there is the enhancement pack. So we are going to start with the portrait, and I am going to be using the floral background design first. So we're going to start with the portrait version, and we will also be using the enhancement pack. So I will link the playlist for this set of templates, or more specifically for this project. I will link it up here and down below in the description box. The first video in that will be the introduction video to this new set of templates. Then the second video is the workbook that you see here. I did a quick video on how I made my workbook, and then this will be the third video, I think. So we're going to make the portrait version first, and we're going to do the floral background design. The only thing I haven't decided yet, you guys, though, is if I want to do the mini album style or if I want to do the hybrid style. I haven't decided on that just yet. I'm feeling like, well, I don't know, but the feel of the paper collection and all the items that I've picked to go with it, I feel like, I don't know, I can't decide. It's just going to be a surprise. You can do whichever binding method you want. Okay, so we're going to be using the floral in the portrait and enhancement pack. So there's that. And then let me show you the paper collection. So this is the paper collection I decided to use. This is a recent Prima collection. It's from Frank Garcia, and I believe it's called Miel. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it has something to do with bees and honey or something. I was gonna look up how to say it. Here, I'll ask Google. Let's see what Google says. Okay, ready?
Miel.
Miel. It means honey. It's a sweetener. Miel. Okay. So that's how you say it. At least I think that's how you say it. So this is the 12 by 12, but I also want to point out, I did go ahead and purchase the 8 by 8 because this album can be matted with the 8 by 8 paper collection. So if you just want to get one or the other, you can get the 8 by 8. If you want to get, I'm going to try to use a little bit of both. It depends on the scale that I want, because obviously the 8 by 8 is a little bit smaller of a scale. But I bought both, so this is the 12 by 12 and this is the 8 by 8. I also, if I can find it on Amazon, I will add that to the special Amazon list for this project. I always try to make them special for each project because I use different things. And there'll also be links to everything else down below, like where this paper collection can be found in scrapbooking stores and stuff like that. I'll link everything I can down below. Okay. So I haven't pulled out any papers from the 8 by 8 just yet, but this paper collection is so pretty, and it just kind of lends itself to this album. So we're going to start with this one, and I've already pulled out 2 of each one of these pages, and I'll show you that. So we're going to do prep in this video as well. Okay, I always pull them out of the paper pad, and I pull 2 because I want the front and the back. I try to use 1 of each before I pull more out of the paper pack. I think this paper pad has 3 of each page. I guess I can look really quick since it's just right here behind me. It has 3 sheets of each. So there's 8 different designs, 3 sheets of each. So before I grab the last one in the paper pack, I try to use up what's already pulled. So let me move this really quick. I will also add timestamps below if you want to, if you need to skip around or refer back to something as well. So this is one of the cut apart sheets, which I guess it could still be used as a collage as well. But isn't it so pretty? It's so pretty. So pretty. So there's that, and then there's the back of that, which I love vintage ledgers. And then here's another one. It's got honey, bees, and a, what is that called? A honeycomb, and some pretty flowers and butterflies. And there, whoops, I guess I don't need to show you the back. I'm just gonna flip through. There's some flowers. Here is another cut apart piece, and these are, looks like they're 6 by 3, which is kind of a fun insert size, like a tag size. So I really like this idea, or you could fold it in half to make a little booklet. So I really like this page. I'm not going to cut the cut aparts out just yet this time. I'm going to wait because I haven't planned out this album completely yet, but anyways. And then there's the back side of that, which is really pretty. And here's another cut apart. These are different sizes. So this is like a 4 by 6 and then 3 by 4s. This is could be a 4 by 6 or just a collaged tag. Anyway, just super cute. And then the back side looks like fabric washi. And then here is just a fun wreath floral with some ledger in the background. There's some foil on these sheets. I don't know if you can see that. And then there's this fun stripe on the back. Then here's a cut apart tag sheet. I wonder if the Brother Scan and Cut would cut these out really good. That's on the back side. But I might want the pink background. I don't know, we'll see. I might do that with the Brother Scan and Cut. I might try to cut these out with that and see what happens. And then there's the back side of that. And here's a fun collage stripe script page, which I like. And then this fun back, looks like wallpaper, vintage wallpaper. And that is it. So I've got those pulled out. And I've got these set aside. Oops, something is caught. I'm not going to do that, the same thing with the 8x8 paper pad this time. We'll see. If I start pulling out of it, then I will. But for now, I'm just going to leave that together. So I've got that sitting back here. And then we've got a whole bag of these are, I curated this down so that, because I had bought everything, so I curated it down so that it wouldn't be so much product for one album. So I hope you guys like the choices that I made. So first we have, these are the chipboard stickers, and I like to take them out of the package. Sometimes I'll leave them sit like this, but sometimes they fall loose, so I like to take them out of the package, fold that sticky part down, and then stick them back in like this, just so it's easier. And then I'm going to stick it over here in my Crafty Companion on one of the slanted dividers. I would show it to you, but it's jam-packed full of stuff, you guys. So I'm just going to stick it over here. You're just going to have to trust me. Maybe I'll take a picture when I'm done. And then I've got the 2 packs of ephemera. This one has 21 pieces. This one has 28 pieces. So what I'm going to do is take these out of the package, and we're going to put them in one of the Crafty Companion trays. If you don't know what a Crafty Companion is, I will link that playlist up here and down below. It's what I use to keep myself organized while I'm working on a project. Let's get both of these out. And then I'm just going to put these aside, these packages. We might use, we might need them later, or we might use them as ephemera. Either way, I like to keep the packages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and separate like floral images and words and numbers like that, just because I like to have them in different groupings, and then people. Alright, so one thing I know for sure, this is one of my crafty trays. This is the skinny one, the long skinny one. I do like to have the words strips, even though there's not that many. I do like to have them separated. Let's see, what else can I put in here? I can put maybe I can put these kind of faux washi tape looking pieces and a faux lace trim. Ooh, that reminds me. I meant to grab one of the die cuts thingies that I have. I'll have to go get it out. And then maybe this in here. Along with, I don't think I'll use these people, but you never know. So I'm going to put them in here. I mean, this is cute though. This is adorable. That is the cutest little thing. All right, so I'm gonna stick these all in here like that, and then I'm gonna grab another one, and I'm gonna put these all in here. I think maybe I'll switch this up. Actually, maybe I will put all these in here. And these little washi pieces and trims. Like that. So then I'll put the rest of these in here with the people. And these as well. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. So I've got these two trays here. Oh, I guess I can leave them sit here. And then I got two of the charms of the charm packages. This one is the gemstone and this one is the metal. So they're called, I don't know what they're called. I'll have everything linked, but one of them has the pretty butterfly. Yeah, the butterflies and the bees, and then this has these pretty gemstones. So I think for these, I'll just open the package, flip the sticky down, like that, and then flip the package around so that I can see it and get to it, and that'll be easy access. Like that, put them in my crafty companion. I did grab these, you guys, from Tim Holtz, thinking I might use these. These I don't know. I'm not sure about these yet, but they look fun. They look like they'd be great on anything. But I will link them just in case. Oh, I've got stuff in my crafty companion that I do not need in there. Let's move them. Okay, got those. And then I've only got 3 packs of flowers, you guys. That's it. So I've got these. This one with the butterfly, because I'm feeling like this has got to be on the cover somehow, right? And then I've got these. These are kind of fabric-y looking, but they're so pretty, and they're kind of mostly flat, and they've got a little bit of that metallic embellishment. And then these are the tiny ones that have a little rhinestone right in the middle. So we're going to put these in one of the medium crafty trays. We're just going to put them all in here. That way we can flip through here quickly and see what we got. Depends on how many flowers you use. Like with the giant, great big, basically amazing albums, we could use a lot more flowers, so I would buy more. But these, I don't think we're going to be using that many flowers in here. I think it's going to be mostly embellishment and texture and stuff like that. So we'll see. I mean, you always can throw a pretty flower in there anywhere. And if you don't get these specifically, these are colors that Frank Garcia uses a lot. So you may have these colors in other flowers that you've purchased from other, projects. So take a look around and see what matches your paper collection. I'm just trying to make sure they're all flipped over so I can see them well. And then these little bitty ones, let's just make room on the end here. We probably won't use all of these either, but I'm going to dump them all out anyway. Oh, there are different there's like some that have 3 petals and some that have 4 petals. some that have a bunch of petals. That's cute, like a little variety. I like it. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to flip all those over. So now I've got those ready to go. I probably won't use these, but we'll leave them in here anyway. Got those ready. Set the packaging aside. And then I also purchased the embroidered fabric sheets. So I'm just gonna flip this down because I'm thinking these might be really cute to add in like the hybrid. You know, we could color these with inks and stuff, which by the way, I'm about ready to show you the inks I've picked out. Yeah, I don't know. I think these are going to be cute to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip that down like that. So now I can easily have easy access to them. Put those in my crafty companion. Okay. Oh, I am going to be using some wax seals, and I found the perfect color. Oh, by the way, I made a quick little mock-up here. This is the paper collection paper. There's the floral background design. I can't really see very well on my monitor, but I'm hoping it's coming across good. But I found the perfect color, purplish, reddish, pink, purple, maroon. I don't even know what it is, but it's like the most perfect color that I've mixed myself many times trying to get the right color, and I found it. I finally found it where you don't have to mix it. And this is what it looks like right here. It's so pretty. Let me show you what the beads look like. It doesn't come in these fancy little jars. I've put all of my wax seal beads in these little jars. But it's Sylvie said, haha, it's the most perfect color. Will it? Oh, my camera. There we go. It's the most perfect color, you guys. I love it. So I'm going to be using either this and a combination of this foundry wax that's new. So I did the wax seal and then I did the foundry wax over. Well, bless you. And then I did the foundry wax over top of the wax seal just for the raised part. And the wax seal I'm going to use is going to be this rose right here. Look at this cool handle. It's a rose quartz handle, so it now matches my rose quartz coaster that I use. Now I've got a rose quartz handle. I will link both of these in the Amazon special Amazon list. So this will be in the Amazon list and this will be in the Amazon list, but this is what this looks like without the gold or the, what is this one? This one's statue foundry wax. And then here's what it looks like with the foundry wax. It's just kind of really cool vintage looking, right? And then the other color I was thinking about using is my normal champagne gold color that I like to use. But then I was like, well, what does the foundry wax look like over top of it? So if you have this and you want to get the foundry wax, you can just do that and just make your own little, see it right there? I don't know, my camera, come on camera, there we go. Isn't that kind of pretty? So I'll probably go more with the color, but it just depends. But we've used these many a times, that color. So if you have it already, you can just kind of, you know, make do, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because it looks pretty with the paper collection too. But I really did like the pop of this color, this perfect color. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm going to put these actually. The reason I brought it up now is I was going to put these in here in this tray so that when I go to make my little envelopes here, I can do my wax seals. I can see which one I like the best. So my little examples. So when I go to, you know, plan it out, I can pick one out of there. So I'm going to put these away now. So have you guys tried the new foundry wax? Did we like it? Do you like it? I think it's pretty cool. You can do a lot of fun stuff with it. But anyway, I'm going to be using this. Okay, and magnets. Okay, so magnets and magnet savers. I'll have a whole list of my resources down below in the description box of where I get different magnets. And I did find some a long time ago. I found some on Amazon, and I'll check to see if they're still available, but I will have those in the Amazon list. But anyway, I've got a huge list of, when I say magnet savers, I'm talking about these little disc right here. So if you don't, like for example right here, I didn't need 2 full magnets. So there's a magnet saver under here and a magnet here. So that's all I needed. Okay, so I got that. Magnets. All right, let's move on to the ink colors. So I'm going to be using the Distress Oxide Walnut Stain. There we go. I'm going to be using this one as like my main inking. This is my Essentials ink stand. If you want to see how we made these, I have a link up here down below. There's the ink stand, there's the garbage bowls, there's the corner chomper stand. Speaking of my garbage bowl, I need to grab it. I had it out of my reach. So we're going to be using that. And then we're also going to be using these two Distress Oxide colors. This one is Victorian Velvet and this one is Speckled Egg. These two are beautiful and they match this paper collection perfectly. Let me show you some examples. Like here is the Victorian Velvet and here is the Speckled Egg. Doesn't that look beautiful? And it just looks so stunning with this paper collection. I have a terrible glare on my monitor. I can't see it, but in person it's just stunning and it's perfect. So that leads me to this is the embossing folders that I want to use. I've got two. These are optional, you guys. You don't have to use these, but I think they are going to add a lot of fun texture. So this is the Tim Holtz swirls. I love this. I love this one. I love this one. This is a 3D embossing folder, and here's what it looks like on the white. Right, can you see that? On the white there, it's just straight white. And that's nice on its own. That would look pretty. And here I did kind of some coffee staining and I did the ink, right? And then here is the Speckled Egg just on its own, which I thought looked so, and coffee stained, Speckled Egg and coffee stained. And then here is the Victorian Velvet and coffee stained. Doesn't that look just beautiful? I mean, I don't think the monitor is doing it justice. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. So there's that one. And then I thought I had one where I just did coffee stained. I guess not. That's okay. And then the other one I want to use is this Slimline 3D embossing folder, Ditzy Florals, and it's by Lisa Horton. Yeah, I will link this down below. But here it is with white. Oh, I just did white, coffee stain, and multi. Okay, here it is with white. Can you see? So these are 3D embossing folders and they're so cool. Can you see that? I think you can pretty good. And then here it is where I've coffee stained it. Actually coffee stained it after the fact. So, yeah, it looks pretty good. And then here it is where I did the multicolor. So Victorian Velvet, coffee stain, and then the Speckled Egg down here. Right? It looks so good. I just think it's so pretty. I just love this color combination together. It just looks so nice. So these look really, really, really nice with this paper collection, right? Even if you just did the white, it still looks really nice. Okay, so those are the two embossing folders that I am going to incorporate into this project. Again, these are optional, totally optional. I am going to be using hole reinforcements. So these are white paper hole reinforcements, and I did some where I just coffee stained them, which are super cool looking. And then I've got my where I did the ink, and then I did the glue stick foil method, which is using, is it this? No, not this one. This one's gold. This one's rose gold. Where's the gold one? Oh, there it is. I've got all three, and I think I'll be using the gold one because that looks pretty cool, or pretty accurate. I don't know. I'll have to double check myself on that one. Because that's most definitely gold. I wonder which one goes with the foundry wax. I bet you the rose gold goes with the foundry wax. So maybe we'll have to make some. These don't actually match. Well, that's okay. Maybe we'll have to make some. Well, I'll do a whole separate video on how I'm doing my hole reinforcements. But I did I just sprayed them with coffee stained, and then I've got this one, I did a little bit of brown, and then I did the speckled egg, and then kind of gently sprayed it with water so it kind of looks like that. And then I did two that kind of made it look like speckled eggs, like actual speckled eggs kind of thing. Let me make sure the camera is focused. So this one obviously is Victorian Velvet, and this one is the speckled egg. So I'll just do a separate video on how I did these. I mean, they're easy, but they're so cute. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is just adorable, right? I just love it. So we'll do a separate video on that, but I do use these inks to make those. And I'll show you how to do the foil glue stick trick too, once I figure out which one matches perfectly. Let's see. All of this will be linked in my Amazon list or other places. I'm going to be using some metal bits, probably some paper clips or these tiny little clips. These are both Tim Holtz, the little tiny paper clips and the little metal clips. Optional. You can just use regular. There's the little tiny paper clips. Right? You can use these, or you can just use regular paper clips. And then the little metal clips they look like little mini bulldog clip. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean. So I'll be using those probably. But again, optional. I will be using my stamp set, which as of the time of this recording is available. I will have it linked down below. So we'll be using this to stamp our photo mats and whatnot. I was thinking about using some sari silk, which is awesome. It's really pretty. I love it. I just recently purchased it and have been starting to use it. But the problem is, since we're making a project together, I don't want to be like, yeah, hey, this is what I'm using, and then you not be able to get the color. So we might make our own. Not sari silk, but we might make our own colored seam binding like we've done a million times before. So we'll see. I might use this and show you how to make seam binding. We'll see. We'll do that in another video as well. But I'll link the shop that I got this from. It was an Etsy seller, so I will link this shop out down below. Okay, now let's get to some printables of mine that I'm going to be using. One of the things I'm going to be using is the new Floral Autograph Companion Paper Collection. I matted the inside of this envelope with one of the pages. I know I have not done a dedicated video on that yet, but let me show you. Let me show you the different pages. So there's 4 PDFs that come in this listing, this specific listing. There's 4 PDFs. There is a 8.5 by 11 size, 11 by 17 size, 12 by 12 size, and a 13 by 19 size. So if you, depending on what capabilities your printer has, you can print bigger sheets. But the 8.5 by 11 size has both the portrait version and the landscape version, depending on what you're printing, what your needs are. So, yeah, so this is the companion paper collection for the floral and autograph background design. So let's do a really quick, here's what the Etsy listing looks like. I'll have it linked down below, but that's what the listing looks like. So let's do a really quick flip. So there's that page. And then that one. Right, so there's portrait, and then there's the landscaping. The landscape. There's that one. So this is a lot of fun. There's lots of layers in these images. This was just released, so if you haven't seen it yet, don't feel bad. You can go check it out. It's not going anywhere. This is a digital item in my shop. So instead of using a shades of color this time, I'm going to use this paper collection. Okay. There's a lot of neutrals in here, so if you just needed something soft on the background of something, you could totally do that. I having a hard time flipping through my pages here. There's a bigger foil than what we have on the background, in the background of the actual background. And then there's the last one. So you get quite a few pages. So we're going to be using this. Oh, sorry about the noise there. We're going to be using both Photomat Essentials. This one is the original one, and this is what that's what the Etsy listing looks like. Even though I will have it linked down below, that's what the listing looks like. And we're going to be using that one, and we're also going to be using the Photomats 2, and that is what the Etsy listing looks like. So I've been using these a lot. They're fun. They're fun little booklet inserts. A 4x6 photo fits right on top of there in that black area, or if you were just using a plain one. We're going to be using both. That's all I can say. I'm going to be using both of those. So then another couple fun embellishments we're going to use are right here. So let me move this little clip here. We're going to be using the printable canceled postage stamps. These are new. So in this one, there's 3 sizes. There is a jumbo, then there's like more of a large, and then there's like a small. So what I've done here is, because we're also going to be using the mini envelopes and tags. This is set number 1, but you can use whichever set, because I'm going to try to just use the plain. This I released a long time ago, and I love them, and they're just these tiny, it's just a variety of tiny little envelopes. So we're going to be using these as well. So what I did was I took and scaled down my I didn't scale them down. What I did was I told my printer, there's 4 pages in the PDF. So I told it to print, I forget how many to a page. So this one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one was either 14. This was 14 to a page, and then this one down here was 9 to a page. So I got all these sizes. Well, not only that, but then I took it to my brother's Scan and Cut. And did you know that you can cut stickers out with your brother's Scan and Cut? Because I printed this onto a full sheet of label paper. I don't know. Right? I printed it onto a full sheet of label paper. And then I had my brother Scan and Cut do a half cut. And now I've got all of these tiny, adorable little embellishments. I didn't cut it all the way apart. I did cut my name out of it when I did the Scan and Cut, just to kind of save me some time editing in the brother's Scan, because I'm still learning, you guys. I don't know much about it, so I'm still learning. Big learning curve on my part. So here's 2 of the envelopes that I put together. Right, there's one of them, and then here's another one. I did a little wax seal. Isn't that cute? Right, so I used the small little stamps on there like actual stamps. Isn't that cute, you guys? Oh my gosh. So we're going to be using those. Lots of fun. You don't have to print yours onto label paper. You can just cut them out of cardstock. What is this one? Oh, this one I did 6 to a page, and I did the same thing, so I've got bigger ones as well. Here is some of the pages of envelopes. There is before I did anything to one of the pages, right? So I just played around. Do I have one of each somewhere? Plain? Yeah, so this is what you get. The listing is, there's a sheet of, what's underneath there? Oh, there's one more thing. There's a sheet of labels, little mini labels, and then there's 2 sheets of envelopes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of envelopes. Each size, or each envelope has 3 sizes. Yes, and then they have inserts on them, right? So I had actually printed these off, and then I sprayed this with some coffee stain or some coffee to give it that kind of really cool look. I love that. I did that kind of the speckled egg kind of look on that. Anyway, we'll play around with that. That'll be fun. So these are fun. I forget about some of the older stuff that I did, you guys. I love these things. Okay, so there's that. And then we will be using the rectangle labels. I did not print these on sticker paper, but I did experiment with printing different sizes. So this one's obviously 6 to a page. These like little teeny tiny. You can really go, I don't know how many are on this page. 1, 2, well 6. These are all printed 6 to a page because the labels themselves, they come in a big size, there's a medium size, and then there's a tiny size, I think. But look how tiny the little tiny ones are. So this is what the little tiny ones that you see here, this is their normal size. So anyway, so I printed some of those off. Those are the rectangle labels. I'll have a list of all these printables down below if you want to check them out. They're all optional, but I'm gonna let you know I'm using them. So there's that. Okay, you guys, I know that seems like a lot. It seems like a lot of stuff, but I can just tell you that we'll be using a lot of the same items, the same printable items throughout all the projects. Like you might already have all of these things that you've purchased in the past. You just forgot that you bought them or whatever. They're very reasonably priced, but again, they're all linked down below, all the different printables. You don't have to use any printables. You can use the real thing. You can use real stamps. You can do whatever you want. It's totally up to you. So that's what I'm going to be using. And there was one more thing and I can't find it. Let me go find it. I feel like I need to see if it's something I'm going to use. Let me go find it. Hold on. Okay, I found what I was wanting to find. This is the Sizzix, is it crochet? I can't read because my little examples are right here. I'm sure it's, and of course I don't have the whole thing. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, crochet. This is Sizzix crochet die, and it's got a larger version and it's got a smaller version of it. And I thought these would be fun. I thought these would be great. So I want to use these. So this is optional, you guys. This is totally optional for you. But I think it might be fun. But while I was looking, and we've used these before in other projects, so you might already have them. But while I was looking, I found what is going on? Why won't this close? I found, whoops. While I was looking for this, I found these two, and we've used these two in projects before as well. And because I was thinking about this little swirly here, or these pretty flowers to make like see-through elements in our pages and pockets. We've done that before. So these are an option too. So I'm going to set these over here. These again, you do not have to have these. They're just like a little fun embellishment. So if you already have them, pull them out. We might use them if you think you might like them. Grab it. You know, I'll have it linked down below. So yeah, these are going to be fun. I think we're going to have a good time with these. I didn't even think about these until I saw them. So sometimes you just got to look through your stash, you know. And I know a lot of you followed a project where we use these. It's been a couple years now, but these have been up for a while. So if they're not available anymore, I'm sorry. If they're not available anymore, I'll just cut this part out. But I think these are available. So we'll see. All right. So I think that might be it. So again, these are optional, but there should be a lot of fun. Let me take a picture of my crafty companion over here so you can see where everything went. I'm gonna pull my drawers out just a little bit. I have two drawers that don't have anything in them right now, but that doesn't mean anything. We'll probably have more down the road. Everything else is kind of messy over here, so pay no attention to that. And my phone's dirty. Well, of course it's dirty. So I'm just going to give you a glimpse of the one in the middle. Because, well, I guess I could give you a little bit more of a glimpse. Boop. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. So there is what's sitting to the left of me is my, there we go. So there's all the drawers. Look, there's all the drawers that I just filled up. Those top 3 are the ones I put stuff in, and then there's my wax seal beads over here, and then all the different little things. Right, so there's what my craft companion is sitting right next to me. So, yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you real quick. Okay. Alright, you guys, I think that's all I've got. So don't feel like you have to have everything, but if you happen to have most of it, great. If you don't, that's okay too. I'll try to show you other options while we are working in this album. So I'm looking forward to getting started on this. To get started on this. And I'll probably, the first video to start on this probably won't be until like next week. I'm recording this on a Monday, but I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. I've got my grandbabies a couple days this week. I'm going to try to record. I'm just not sure how long I'm going to have to be able to edit. A big weekend coming up this weekend is Derby weekend. And here in Kentucky, here in Louisville, Kentucky, Derby weekend is the end-all be-all of the year. Oh, I just blew my candle out. Or swooshed it out. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We got family coming in out of town. We've got a lot of things planned, and on top of all of that, so Derby's on Saturday, and then Sunday is Mother's Day, and we always have both sides of our families over for Mother's Day for dinner. So I've got a really busy week ahead, and so I'm going to try to record as much as I can. I'm just not sure how many times I'm going to be able to edit, so we'll see. But that'll give you time to pull your supplies together, get all your ideas flowing. If you don't like that paper collection, maybe find you one that you can use some of these same supplies with, and it'll look fabulous. Use an ode paper collection. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about the paper collection, or if you're going to use a different one, or which options that you might try to use instead. Okay? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to get started on this, and it's going to be a fun ride. It's going to be great. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.